Okay, continuing on in the 6-1 notes, we have x squared to the third power. X squared is x times x. We're raising that to the third power. So I need that base multiplied 3 times, which would look like this. If I'm multiplying these things, those parentheses we're separating the bases, but functionally they're not doing anything, so I can rewrite this without the parentheses. And then I have x being multiplied 6 times, so we know that's x to the 6th power. Now, what we're interested in doing is establishing sort of a pattern we can follow so that we don't have to go through this expansion to get to this every time. If you look at where we started, we were taking x squared and we were going to write it out 3 times. Well, that tells us that it'd be quicker, or what we're allowed to do is take that exponent and multiply it by that exponent, because 2 3 times is 6. So our rule, a to the m to the n power, is a to the m times n power. That's the property for power of a power. We're going to continue on. We have power of a product. And so we have x times y to the 4th, which means we're going to write that out 4 times being multiplied. Again, the parentheses aren't doing anything. X times y times x times y times x times y times x times y. And we know the commutative property would allow us to put all the x's being multiplied up front and all the y's behind, which means we have x to the 4th times y to the 4th. If I just count up how many times x is being multiplied and y is being multiplied. So again, we're trying to establish sort of a property that allows us to get from here to here faster without going through this expansion. And we can see that that exponent just gets applied to both parts of that base. So ab to the m power is equal to a to the m times b to the m. And we have one more to look at, power of a quotient. X over y to the 3rd, if we expand that out, is x over y times x over y times x over y. When we're multiplying these fractions, we're going to just multiply the numerators and multiply the denominators. So we end up with x to the 3rd over y to the 3rd. And if we look at what we started with, that exponent simply got applied in both places, to the numerator and the denominator, which gets us our rule for power of a quotient. A over b to the n power equals a to the n over b to the n.